So, you're going back today.
Yes.
And have you had fun kind of hanging out with my kids? And
No. Oh my gosh. I actually think I'm going to have withdrawals because I don't know if I ever told you. Did I ever tell you that I really wanted a big family?
No.
Oh my gosh. I wanted at least 4 kids.
Really?
Yeah, so I think what's funny is I think the infertility thing kind of like kicked my dreams, which was just like, ugh.
Well, so
I could probably start crying just thinking about it.
So what do you mean the infertility thing, or were you saying something else?
Oh no, really, when we got married, probably about a month after we got married, I'm going to use this, Dilla. It's yours.
Fun.
It's yours.
Don't
So
you love it?
I don't know where mine is right now. I had a dream that Russ was infertile, and I don't know what. I woke up, I was all freaked out, and he was like, "Baby, don't worry about that." So long story short, we after a while, like 3 or 4 months, we decided that we were going to just get off birth control because it was really messing with me. Mm-hmm. And so when we got off it, I bought one of these too.
I love it.
I know. I saw you using it. I was like, I gotta have one. So I got off of it, and we just thought, okay, we were originally going to wait. You know how like people think they can make a plan about how long
Yeah.
they're going to wait to get pregnant, and then boom, you can't get pregnant. So I thought that was funny. So then we decided we would go off birth control, and we didn't get pregnant. Well, that was like, really? It just wasn't.
So now you're using the foam, and we're talking about infertility.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah. No, I didn't mean anything connected. It's just that we're doing makeup.
I know, but you know, there's that birth control that's
No.
called. Oh, I don't know.
Okay, but this is not it.
No, this is makeup. So anyways, we decided we would go ahead and like read about it. So I went on the thing where I was doing with the basal thermometer.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh, we got really obsessive, and then still couldn't get pregnant. Well, I was working with a girl in the office who had dealt with 2 years of infertility, and so she said, okay, let me just tell you, if you're not pregnant in a month after doing this basal thermometer thing, then you need to get Russ tested first, because it's like $90 versus if you go to which you'll spend thousands of dollars getting you tested. So I was
That
like,
was smart.
all about that.
Beauty blender.
Oh,
Okay,
beauty
I know
blender.
this is a bizarre vlog because we're talking about.
And it's kind of phallic, which is kind of weird. I know, I thought that when I saw it. I was like, what
We're
is
talking
this?
about Russ's infertility, and let me
Yeah.
see the beauty blender
It's
again.
kind of funny.
Okay.
Okay. So,
You got that at Ulta, right?
yeah, I got all this at Ulta.
It looks great.
So, and this is really good because look, up here is where I was having problems blending, and right there is so
Yes.
easy. So, so we got Russ tested, and that is when we found out that he was sterile. Now, this is really interesting, and you know, I'm so thankful that we found out in this way, because you know, you try and try and try, and if it's the guy, they can tell you all kinds of stuff. And infertility for a male is like 1,000 sperm. 1,000 sperm, because you have millions.
Yeah.
And so 1,000 is infertile, which I was like, whoa. Russ had 0.
Wow.
0. And so that really kind of solidified it
He
for us.
doesn't mind you talking about this?
No, he's good. I immediately thought, let's do sperm donation. Mm-hmm. My husband was like, nope, that ain't happening. He just had this big, now I know that works for some people, but for him, whatever it was, he just couldn't do it. And so then, you know, and of course, I didn't want to do adoption because I was all freaked out about.
Yeah, you wanted to have the baby.
Yeah, I wanted my own child.
Yeah.
I wanted my real child.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I got into the whole, you know, what everybody speaks out. Like, when people say, who's your real mom?
Yeah.
That annoys the crap out of me. Anyways, so I really wanted my own child. And so the problem I was faced with, like, what do you do? So we kind of got in this stuck place. So we were with this really amazing agency in Oklahoma called the Crisis Pregnancy Outreach. Amazing.
Are they still around?
Absolutely. Tulsa, Oklahoma, CPO.
Okay.
Okay. And so, and Cheryl, the leader, she's led this for 20 plus years, 30 years now probably. And what she does is her heart is for the adoptive mom, not the adoptive family. So she's not one of these warm fuzzies, can't wait to get you a baby.
Yeah.
She's all about the birth mother, which I love.
Yeah.
And so, the other really, really fun thing about her, well, anyway, so back to my story. So then, basically, the long and the short of it is that, to fast forward 2 years, my husband and I took our book out for a time because my husband decided to change careers. And I thought, it's like birth control. We're going to have birth control now. And
By taking the book away,
yes,
it's like birth control.
Like, I think we're in control over that. But really, what happened was we decided to put our book back in, and before we ever got our book in,
Mom,
we had shared...
I need to make my book box.
You need to make your what?
Lunchbox.
Book box.
Lunchbox?
A book box? I don't know what a book box is.
No, book box for reading buddies.
Okay, you're just telling... Do you need to do it today? Because we're leaving in 5 minutes.
I can do it anytime.
Tonight.
Go get your
Let's
shoes
do
on,
it
love.
tonight. Let's do it tonight, okay?
Can you get your shoes on for me? Go
Okay,
get them.
go get the
quickly.
shoes. And also ask your teacher...
I need like this big.
Okay, ask your teacher as much information about it as possible and come home today and we will make a book box, okay? Go put your shoes on. Okay.
So, thinking I had some sort of control over it, okay, now we're going to put our book back in. But what we did do is we told one of my best friends. The next day she goes to work, and one of the girls that was in her office that she mentored came in, sat down, was bawling, and she just said, I'm pregnant. And she goes, I can't have an abortion, but I cannot mother this child. And then Kate went, I have the perfect family for you.
So this wasn't even through the agents. Oh, this was through the agent. No.
No, that's the part that I think is so fun, is because it has nothing to do with CPO. Nothing. I mean, it's like I thought I had control over what child was going to be in my family. I thought I had control over everything, but I don't.
So did you use attorneys or did she still go through CPO?
Yeah, we did private.
Wow. Okay, so... Wow, so you walked through this adoption process with this mother who was pregnant. You got to know her.
Oh gosh, yes, it was wonderful.
Okay.
That was one of my biggest fears, by the way, is that open adoption. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. But CPO's step in that was that they told me about this book called Children of Open Adoption, which changed my heart about an open adoption completely. Okay, since the 9th grade, I wanted a baby girl. Okay, so just really a little obsessive about that. And I already had her name. Her name was Isabella. And even, I'll just tell you really quick, 21 weeks when we went to have a sonogram, it was so neat because when they found out that, they said, do you want to know what it is? I said, yes. And they said, it's a girl. The birth mother looks at me and goes, you got your Isabella. It was so neat. We just celebrated. It was really, really fun. So, anyway, so then 42 weeks comes along. 42 weeks comes along.
Oh my God.
The birth was so interesting because originally our plan was that we would be there. But our birth mother, which I totally get, she's going on a different path. Like, she's losing a child and I'm gaining a child. She could not reconcile that. So she made a choice that she decided that she did not want to be in an open adoption. Well, it's open, obviously, but she didn't want to have a relationship with Isabella. And so, about a month before, well, about 40 weeks is when she decided that we stopped actually speaking one-to-one. And she talked through Kate. I never was really nervous about it. Like, I'm like, if this is my baby, God's got it worked out. I don't want a baby that's not mine. If she changes her mind, okay. I mean, God really had done a lot through CPO because they do such great counseling. Because there are interrupted adoptions. And when interrupted adoptions happens, people can crumble. And they don't want that to happen because, it's not about getting a baby. It's about getting the baby that God created for you, or getting the baby that belongs to your family before the beginning of time. And so that's really important, that you don't get focused on getting a baby. You want the baby that's perfect for your family. So she came in and she told us, so fun. She got us out of the waiting room, and she had the little like candy cigars, and she said, Isabella's here. And then we went to the nursery. This was the first adoption in this small place, so they were a little freaked out. They took them 2 hours to kind of get around the fact that our birth mother was giving her child up for adoption. But the good part is that the baby was in there, but they had all the blinds closed. Russ would not leave. I mean, he was looking through the tiniest crack. He would not leave. He was like, oh, she's getting a bath. Oh, they're, it was so cute. Oh my gosh, so cute. So, but then after 2 hours, they were asking the birth mother so many questions. She was like, I don't know. Ask her mother. Wow. So, I mean, like, she would not relent. She was just so amazing.
Okay, sweetheart, I think you need a warmer coat. Can you get the black coat? No, that's the Ukrainian coat he doesn't want to get rid of.
The other one.
The black one, sweetheart. Go get the black one. No, it's okay. This coat will be here when you get back.
Well, it's not going anywhere,
Just go get the black coat.
She left the hospital after 5 hours after having Isabella, and the staff was amazing. They gave us a room. We stayed in the hospital with her. I learned to breastfeed because 6 weeks before her birth, I had, 6 months before she was born, I got on a very strong birth control pill, which jacks your body up with tons of hormones as if you're pregnant. Yeah. And then 6 weeks before she was born, I got off. The day that you take the pill that's not, and I never took the sugar pills, I just took continually for 6 months. Right. And then the day 6 weeks before, I went ahead and stopped taking it, and then you start pumping. And every 2.5 hours, you cannot relent. If you're an adoptive mom who wants to breastfeed, you can't mess up. Every 2.5 hours. Wow. And so 6 days after, I got colostrum within a day. Wow. And then 6 days after, I started getting droplets of milk. Within a week, I was pumping probably a half an ounce, not much. But then after 2 weeks, I was pumping 2 to 3 ounces. Wow. And then by the time Isabella was born, I was pumping probably 4 ounces every time, and I had the biggest boobs ever, and my husband was very happy.
So, how long did you breastfeed?
I breastfed for 12 weeks. And then I had a 4-week stash. So she was a 16-week breastfed baby, which was awesome. And then there's this thing called lactate nurser, which is fun. If you can't get your milk up, you can always do a lactate nurser, which is really nice.
So now looking back at this journey where you were like, oh gosh, I can't have my own in quotation marks, child by birth, and now you've adopted, what would you tell people who, are struggling with this?
Oh my gosh.
Right as you put the mascara
on. You ready? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good I don't have the bottom on. This is what I would say. Stop doing this and do this. Just let it come. Stop white-knuckling it. Stop white-knuckling it. Because you are not in control. Not in control. And when you get an answer, many people will go ahead and do infertility, and it works. And that's the best. You have to really listen for what's happening. But when the doctor says, I think, you should go a different route, let it go. There's nothing better than an adopted child. I'm telling you, you get all the joy and no stretch marks. No stretch marks. And they're the miracle child that was meant for your family, and they so fit.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so let's go.
Let's go. Give me $18.
Oh, here's a little story of a mom and dad.
She's no Angelina.
Yeah, and he's not Brad. Raising lots of kids from all over the world.
3 bad boys. Fashionista girls.
Sam and Andrew, it's important to mention, were born in New York City via 2 C-sections. Matea was adopted in 2005. She came from Guatemala.
She's a chica alive.
Ethiopia called in 2008. Adopted 3 siblings, Jared, Ella, and Grace. Adopted again in 2011. Ella came from Ukraine. Now we have 7.